We have different types of market structure. There are so many factors making a particular currency pair to be going upwards or to be going downwards. And some of them can be technical analysis or also fundamental analysis. So what is happening in that particular country's economy? Japan's inflation is low. Their currency is weak now. So that means any particular currency that is paired with Japanese yen is going to be bullish because Japan is weak. The currency is weak. Now, with that being said, I want you to know that when it comes to bullish is H. When it comes to bearish or downtrend is L. So if you're seeing that the direction of the market is uptrend, it should be creating series of higher highs, higher low. When you see that a market is going on a downtrend, it should be creating series of lower high, lower low. Market structures are the bullish, the bearish, and the ranging markets. That the bullish markets will be creating higher high and higher low, while the bearish market, that's the downtrends, will be creating lower highs and lower low. What direction is this?
Uptrend.
Great. And we said if it's an upward trend, what is it going to be doing?
Higher high, higher low.
Okay. The market here now is what? The market is low. If price is here, the price is low. Now, the market now created high. This is high.
Higher high, higher low. Lower high, lower low.
This is a high. So now the market now, what did the market now do? The market now broke from this high and it went upwards. What has it done now? We used to say that this is what will you call this one now? You now call this one the higher high. Meaning, why is it higher high? It's higher high because it is higher than the previous high. This one now is the recent low. Now it has now created another low. What is it going to be now? It's going to now be a higher low because why? It is higher than this low, HL. So let me put it here so you understand what I'm teaching. And this is the new higher high. Now, what happened afterwards? What happened is that another price now broke from this particular zone, creating another what?
Higher high.
So that means this is not going to be the new higher high. And what is not going to be the lower low?
The lower low will be down here.
This is going to be the next lower low. Now, price also broke from this one, creating another higher high. That means this is the new higher high. And this is the new lower low. What is this now? This is an uptrend. This is a downtrend because the market is coming down and is now creating series of what?
Then I have lower high, lower low.
So when you're on a downtrend, it's creating series of lower high, lower low. So which means this is our high. Then this is the low. Now, price now broke that low. Price broke it downwards, making this one now a recent lower low. While this one is the high, this one is now going to be the lower high because this high is lower than this high. That means this is going to be the new lower high. LH. Now it has created, making this one a lower low. Now, price now broke away from the lower low, creating another lower low, which is this. So where is going to be the lower high? Is lower high, lower high is going to be this recent one. So price broke again from this lower low, creating another lower low, making this one the new lower low, while this one the new lower high. We want to track where the lower high is. We start from the lower low and we start going, okay, this is a straight line, this is a straight line, this is a straight line. Where is the curve? Now, this is the curve. That curve signifies that that is the lower high. That is where market started to push downwards. Or if it's in the case of the uptrend, that is where the market started to push upwards. If the market is going downwards and you want to enter a position, you enter a position from the lower high, not from the lower low. Lower low is where you want to take your profits. But if you want to enter a position on a downtrend, you take a position from the lower high. On the uptrend or on the bullish market, if you want to take a position or if you want to enter a buy, you would take a buy from the higher low and set your profit on the recent higher high. So what that means, you should not enter a sell on a downtrend from the lower low. So with that being said, now this is our recent lower high. Bring it down. Now the market also broke from this zone, creating another lower low. And if we move if we move, that means we're going to be curved here. This creating now this lower high. Now this is going to be our lower high. Now a consolidating market goes like this. Can you see now? Are you seeing that there's no direction here? It's just going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. In a ranging market where you don't know where the direction is going, you would think, okay, yes, this market is about to push upwards. Before you know, the market comes down and it takes your stop loss away. If the market is consolidating, what should you do? Or if the market is in a ranging market, what should you do?
You just leave it.
Great. So
nothing. You let it wet so that it can break. There will be break of structure after the consideration, and then it will probably go uptrend or downtrend.
Exactly. You want to sit out. You want to sit it out. You want to wait to be certain that this is no longer ranging. This has not given me a direction. Let's take it again so it stores in your brain. Market structure. The trend is your friend. When you open the chart, you want to first of all understand what the trend is, what the direction of that pair is, because the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. If you open the chart, if you open your trading view, you want to first of all understand what the direction of that pair is. Is it a bullish? Is it a bearish? Or is it consolidating? Ask you, when you open your trading view and you come to where the chart is, what is the first thing you're looking for?
I always have to look for the trend.
Exactly.
The wave, if it's going up or if it's going down.
Exactly. You always want to look
for the trend. Is my best friend.
Exactly. You always want to look for the trend, or you want to look for the direction. So when you hear people say, "Oh, the direction," don't be confused. It's still the same thing. The trend, the direction, all of the above. The direction or the trend of this chart in front of us is what?
Downtrend.
And is a downtrend because
I can see the lower low, and the lower high.
Because it is creating for us a lower low and lower high. Great. So now let's map it out. Let's not just be that we're just saying it for saying sake. Let's map it out. So let's start from the top. So from the top, we have this. So what are we going to call this one? What are we going to call?
High.
No. When you're starting from the beginning, you're going to label it your high. Because that's the first thing you're mapping. Yes. That's going to be called your high. Then, exactly. Then we have to now look for the low. So where's the low? And like I said, with the whole diagram of the snake, we bring it out. We go, okay, where is it going? Where's it curving? Yeah, it is curving here. So we'll say this is going to be our low. Now this is our high. This is our low. If you want to know okay, yes, this market, is it really, really a downtrend or is it really, really an uptrend? I always advise, always zoom into the candle so you will see, because sometimes when you let me say, when you zoom out like this, I remember the early time when I was starting off, I always look at the chart like this. When I look at it like this, I say, okay, yes, the market is selling. But you always want to zoom out, because that is how you want to identify if it is really, really a downtrend. You always want to identify, because the direction can be going on a downward slope, but actually what the candle is saying to you is entirely different. So always zoom. So for more certainty, always zoom. Let's not look for another low, because this low is no longer valid anymore. It has been taken. This high is valid because it has not been, a candle has not come to take it. Are you seeing any candle come to take it? That means this high is valid. That means this high is valid. Why this low is no longer valid, we have to now look for another low, which is where the lower low and the lower high starts to come. Lower low meaning that the previous low is lower. This current low is lower than the previous low. Now, this was the low that we created. We have to now look for another low, because this low that we've mapped out is no longer valid. We have to now look for another low that is lower than this previous low. And where do we find it? We find it here. So this is going to be our lower low. We cannot have a lower low without a lower high. When I say, okay, where is going to be our lower high, sorry. Regardless, you can still maintain this place as still your lower high until you find another valid option. Or you can still say that, okay, yes, this is going to be my lower high. Let me see if price would hold. And what happened? Price indeed hold, because no candle came here to take away this lower high. And this lower high is because it is lower than this previous high. Take note. So now we're not saying, okay, what did price do again? Did price take the lower high? No. What did the price take? The price took the lower low, meaning that this lower low is no longer valid anymore. We have to look for another low that is lower than this previous one. We'll say, where is it? We'll say, this is where it is. Still maintaining this lower high that we have. Now we'll not say, okay, if that's the case, okay, let's see where would price take, where else would the price come to take the lower high, or would the price come to take the lower low? Now price has been tapping, the candle has been coming down to this lower low multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times to show that this low is no longer strong anymore. The 5th time or the 6th time or the 7th time this price comes to this particular zone, just know that it is about to be taken away. Because if it's strong, it's not meant to touch it this multiple times. And what happened? Price came indeed the 5th time and took it with a full body. So that means this lower low is no longer valid. We have to now say, okay, where would the low now stop? And the low stop came all the way to this place. I want to say something to you. For you to understand that a particular lower low or lower high is valid, it should have at least 2 to 3 correction candle or pullback candle or opposite candle. That means for a downtrend, the candle should either, instead of the candle being red, in your case, instead of the candle being red, you should have a blue candle, a red candle, a blue candle, sorry, a green candle, a green, that's for buy. You should have a red candle, a green candle, a red candle, a green candle. That's for you to know that price has reacted here, price has pulled back here, and price broke away from here, meaning that this particular zone where price reacted is valid. Now, we now say that, okay, yes, this is going to be the lower low. In as much as price has already mitigated it with a full body candle, showing that this low is no longer valid, we want to still know where is going to be our lower low. If our lower low is here, where is going to be our lower high? We'll bring our snake analogy, and we'll keep going. We'll say, okay, yes, this is going to be our lower high. So people can still put their lower high here. Yes, it's still valid. There's no one size fits all. But I always like to, if they're close knitted, just like this one is close knitted, I always want to be on the safe side, because liquidity grab can happen. A manipulation can happen. So let me just be on the safe side in case that the institutional traders or the investment firms, they feel like they want to manipulate this market. Okay, even if at all they do that here, at least at all they will not still be able to come into this place. But if they do, no problem, I've made peace with that. But let me be on the safe side, so I will know that, yes, I did what I was supposed to do, and I did it with 100%. Now, with our lower high being there, we're not okay. Where did price come again? Price came and took this particular zone. Yes, this is now a negative zone. This can be valid. This can be valid. That means this is a lower low. We'll now say where's our lower high. We'll now bring our snake analogy. We'll now say, okay, go. It was curved here. So this is no longer our lower high. This is now our recent lower high. And that's how we keep going. It keeps going. It's no longer, you now bring it down to this place. Now say, okay, this is not good. You see that situation now? You see the case of that thing I said, that you now want to now put it here. Just make peace with the fact that liquidity grab might happen because they know that stop losses is resting. But peradventure, somebody now decides to want to now say, okay, for me to be on the safe side, just the same way I gave this analogy with this particular zone now. Let me not be on the safe side. I know that if in case a liquidity grab comes or a manipulation comes, I'll still be in the market because I know that this market is selling. I'll not say, okay, let me just still maintain my stop loss here. That person would have still been in the market as opposed to the person that moved their stop loss to this lower high. And it's not as if they made a mistake. It's just that be ready to experience this type of things is what it is. We don't want it, but it's what it is. We'll make peace with it. So with that being said, now where is now the recent lower low? This lower low has been mitigated. That means this lower low is no longer valid. Where is now going to be the lower low? Which means this is going to be our lower low. And where is going to be our lower high? Was okay, let's bring out our analogy. We move. Okay, yeah. Now, the same way I said, there's nothing stopping you from doing this, but make peace with the fact that in case a manipulation comes, you might be taken out. But to be on the safe side, you might as well just maintain it at the top. But even if maintaining it at the top, price did not get there. Even still keeping it here, price did not get there. 50-50. Trading is a game of probability. It's 50-50. So I just wanted to just show to you how the lower highs and all of that, lower lows can be created, just like what we discussed. Now, this market is on an uptrend because it is going upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for us, we cannot just say, okay, because of it's going upwards, that's it. We want to be able to be certain that, yes, it is going upwards. Let me just use this line chart so it's cleaner. So just like what we did here. So now, this market now is let's call it the low. So this is the high. So anything that is happening between this and this is called a mini market structure happening. They're still valid, but the one that is more valid is when you see that the market breaks from the main high that you've created, which is this one. So now what do you see? You see that the market has already broken from it. Now, as the market has broken from it, we bring out the same thing we spoke about that snake. So from here, we're looking for the higher low. So we'll come and we'll do this. Okay, straight. Now curve. That means this is no longer our valid low. This is now our recent. Our high has been broken, making this one a higher high. And now we brought out that analogy of a snake, and now we went, and we said, okay, there was a curve here. So what is this zone going to be called?
Higher low.
Great. So that means this is going to be our
higher low.
Great. So now we've created our higher low. So we're now going to say, okay, as the market giving us another higher high, now let's see what happened. The market broke. Let me switch to candlestick because there's another thing I want to let you know. Now, I want you to take note. You to be certain, for you to validate that, yes, a market has broken a zone or a market has broken a higher high or a higher low. It needs to break it with a full body candle, not a wick. So, by chance you don't know, this is a wick. This is a wick.
Yeah, the little skinny something at the top of the candle.
Yeah, that wick means is it came there, but price refuses to hold there, so it rejected. That is a wick. Now, this is a full body. For you to be certain that a market has broken its structure, that means that particular zone is no longer valid. it has broken it. It has to break it with a full body candle. This is a full body candle, recent higher low, higher high, and this is the higher low. Now, price now broke this place with a full body candle. So we're going to say, okay, this is going to be our higher high. Then we're not going to look that, okay, where is going to be our higher low? Just say, here is going to be our higher low. There's a lot of information I shared. First, the trend is your friend. 2, you want to be sure a structure has broken before you enter a market. And for that structure for you to be certain that structure has broken, it needs to be broken with a full body candle. Now, when it breaks with a full body candle, that's not a yardstick for you to enter. Instead, you want to wait for price to correct or retrace. That means you want to wait for price to come back to a good zone for you to take an entry. You do not want to chase the market. Let the market come to you.